Um, yeah, Jeff, go ahead and lead us whenever I'll let you know here in a minute.
Yeah. We're good. We're good.
Good deal.
I hate my overhead light. I feel like I have a halo.
We're good whenever you guys are.
Are you recording, Marlon?
Yes, I'm recording.
I'm gonna hope it's fast.
Cracking them open already.
God damn it, we're not live.
I know, if we weren't live, that'd be part of the drinking game.
We are live.
Ooh.
And we're live.
We live, son.
Yep, we're live.
All right.
3 live crew. 4 live.
And this is where everybody just shuts up and nobody says anything about, hey, welcome to the AEG show.
I was gonna say,
the
you
most
wanna get the
positive show on the internet. Yeah,
Listen,
no.
this will all be edited out in the actual show.
Yeah, Lord Almighty, man.
Breaking the fourth wall right now.
Absolutely. Jeff,
Why not? We're not.
You want to take it away, man. Go ahead.
All right. Welcome to the most must-listen to show on the internet. Welcome to AEG. I'm your host, JB. Yes, back in the hosting chair. I'm not dead. Thank you for that, guys, last week. Appreciate that. I have risen.
Also not
Anyway,
fired.
No.
I have Dalton with me this week.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And I have Danny, a.k.a. Colt.
Hey!
Why does he get an AKA? That's bullshit.
Okay, I have
doesn't
Dalton,
exist.
a.k.a. DG3. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want
Okay,
an A.
and then I have
Danny
Marlon, a.k.a. White Sun.
AKA 47, AKA MR16, AKA I don't give a rat's ass about fucking people's life. Anyways, what's up?
Marlon, telling it
Hey!
like as always. But
Well, this week, this is unprecedented for 2020 already, guys. We're doing this show 3 weeks in a row.
yeah, what the fuck is wrong with us?
What the fuck is happening? Last episodes, nope, never mind. But anyway, we kind of wanted to kind of talk about everything that's been going on in the world. Conversation, just kind of like an open discussion of the coronavirus and everything that it has affected
Wait,
mainly.
I gotta clear something up.
Uh-oh.
So
Uh-oh.
you're saying we're gonna talk on a podcast?
Yes.
No.
What is this sorcery? No, that's not how this works. That's
No.
not what
How
podcasts
this
are.
works.
We're gonna sing the entire episode.
Ooh. I actually would be okay with that.
That would
And
be
now,
horrible. We would lose
the
every
end is
subscriber,
near.
every listener that we have if we did that.
I mean, I have a decent singing voice, I think.
You might, but I don't.
Well,
You can
You
be
know.
the vocals for Queen, you know,
Unless
you
just
can do
wanna an
Bohemian
hour
Rhapsody.
and a half of covers, I guess. You could do that.
God, Lord.
But anyway,
we can do some
well,
covers.
go ahead,
What,
Jeff.
Colors of the Wind? Oh, God.
But yeah, I just kind of wanted to open the floor with everything going on in the world. I mean, it's already affecting pretty much every facet of life. The coronavirus is, I feel like. I mean, it is affecting the video game industry. E3 2020 is canceled as a physical event.
Yeah.
From what I've kind of all the big developers and publishers have said, they're going to do some type of digital, streaming thing, so that way they can still get what they want to say out in the world. Yay! We can still hear about the new video games that are leaked all the time.
Hashtag E3
But-
is dead.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know. That was like one of the first things. Like, oh, E3's canceled this year. Well, I guess we're never gonna have E3 again.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's canceled this year, apparently it's gonna be canceled forever.
Belligerent.
So
Belligerent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not.
it's insane. No. It's still a big enough deal. And like, honestly, a lot of the stuff that I saw with it was there were so many people that kind of like supported like this actually really sucks because not only is it the big, big companies, press conferences, all that kind of stuff, but it's these little events, like these little indie developers that go and like talk with somebody, and because of that talk, they get introduced to somebody that basically makes their dream happen, makes the game that they want to have made get made, kind of thing. And how even something as simple as canceling an event like this could lead to games never coming out or never seeing the light of day because those conversations were never had.
Right.
Which I think is super interesting to look at it in that way.
Right.
Um,
But obviously they're looking into an online thing.
yeah,
And honestly, how many
like
people is that
Microsoft
really
has
going to
already said
affect? You know what I mean? How many of us get to go to E3? Like, we're always watching it online anyway, so
Right.
the vast majority of us anyway. It's not really going to affect us too much, I don't think. I think a lot of our other games conventions do that online only thing. What is it? The God damn it! Now I'm drawing the GDC.
Then Nintendo Direct. Then
Yeah.
we had the Square Enix Direct that completely sucked balls. If you
Sony
ask
State
me,
of Play.
Yeah.
Sony State of Play. It's a, it. I think this might be the final nail in the coffin when it comes to E3.
I don't know about that, but
I know
And hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
okay.
If
All right, go
we
ahead.
get a successful E3, giving all the bad coverage of Corona, giving all the things that are happening right now, and we still get a successful E3 with everybody coming out and giving the announcements that they wanted to do, even if it's on a virtual setting like streaming or Twitch or anything like that, uh, it's going to show companies that they don't really need to go to California or go to a big venue to have this type of conventions. You know, it's nice to have them, don't get me wrong, but lately I feel like the way that we as gamers and the way that we consume things have gone from a physical need to be there to more of, oh, okay, I can just sit home and watch it from my computer and then don't have to worry about that anymore. And I feel like for me, if this sucks and nobody gets the way they want it and Sony loses, on the second quarter, on the third quarter, same thing with Microsoft, then like, okay, we still need E3. But if it becomes successful, then I see that for next year, E3 might be going this way.
Right.
My opinion, you can take it with a grain of salt. That's just the way I feel about it.
How many of
So
you
you're saying
gamers out there are introverts anyway? So fuck leaving the house.
Right. Right. So you're saying basically like E3 as a physical event may be dead, but E3 as it is where, press conferences and digital formats and stuff like that still could be around. Is that basically what you're saying, Marlon?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Didn't E3
I mean, that I
used to
could-
be exclusive to developers and stuff like that? Like,
Yeah.
didn't it? Or am I wrong?
Yep.
Am I thinking of something else?
Okay, no. So this is what happened for E3.
Developers, media.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't be a fan and go.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, for the first couple of E3s, it was open for the public. Okay, they realized that it was getting out of hand. So for the next couple of years, probably even a decade, it ended up just being for the media and for developers, and that was it. Maybe a couple of celebrities or a couple of guests you could bring in if you were part of the media. And you need to be vetted. You need to have your credentials be checked out months in advance before you even try to do anything like that. After, I want to say around 2016, 17 is when they started doing and don't quote me on this, I'm just going by the top of my head. They started bringing the public back around, and they started doing like this big floor events with cosplays and with booths and stuff like that.
And demos and full games
exactly.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, and it was like that. It was like I was 2 days where people could come in. The third day was exclusively for the media, and the fourth day again was exclusive for the media, and the fifth day, I believe, if it was up to a 5-day weekend or even a 5-day ensemble, then the last day would be like a gathering and stuff like that. But I wanted to go the past 2 years, obviously because of certain monetary restrictions and monetary issues that I had in my house. I could not go, even though I probably should have gone, given the fact that, man, they released some decent shit. But that was just the way it was.
Our media passes still haven't come in. We're still waiting for those.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I can't remember if it was E3 or if it was TwitchCon or something. Someone actually DM'd us on on Twitter asking like if we had a panel and stuff. I can't remember which convention it was, but it was pretty cool.
Oh,
to
I
see.
remember that.
People were like, "Hey, is this you guys?"
Love to do.
And I was like, "Not yet."
I think
That
the
would
video
be-
game world needs Colt 40 chugging beers on stage.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they need Marlon's handsomeness. Look at that guy. Just look at him. He's
No, they don't.
He's so
No, they
seductive.
don't. No, they don't.
Look
No,
at
they
him.
don't. They need you there, brother. They need you and Jeff.
No,
and
they need
Paul,
me
man.
away from the public at all costs. Like, so
He'll
that's-
be there, but he'll just be like behind the curtain, so he can't directly see anybody.
Yeah.
Dalton was self-quarantining way before that was a thing.
Yeah, that was. This is just
No,
an
what we
added
need
bonus
is-
for me. Like,
What we need is this. We need Infinity War, and we need Sledgehammer to create a new Call of Duty game called Call of Duty AEG Edition. And we need Dalton to be the weapons master and being the one that deals with the obstacle course in that game. And we need to have him on the stage practicing and just wrecking house on that fucking presentation. That's what we need. Okay?
I don't know if that would happen. I'm not that good of a shot, to be honest with you. Like, I'm all right.
Doing like,
If you're
So,
running at me, I'd probably kill you.
I mean,
But yeah. But anyway,
Something
back
that
to. Go ahead.
PAX East happened a month ago,
yeah.
February 19th. And
That was a good day. February 19th.
well, not February 19th, February 27th through March 1st. So
Less than a month
two
Three
plus weeks ago.
Yeah.
But on the 19th, before anything even kicked off, Sony withdrew on fear of Corona,
Yeah,
and
and that's,
then Capcom and Square quickly followed suit. Those kind of flew under the radar because PAX East being one of the biggest, PAX East and South, probably the two biggest non-E3 video game events, because it also makes it like tabletop and some cosplay, some stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we do a
But
little bit more.
yeah.
those are big ass events, and for Sony and them to have pulled out before this was even a national emergency
that's that's
pandemic.
that's kind of when I honestly started, weirdly enough, taking more notice to this whole like coronavirus thing. Like, you heard about it and you saw, like jokes and stuff from, like on social media and stuff, like when it was starting to really blow up in China before it kind of made its way over to the US. And I was like, man, like, are they that scared to travel just because of this, sickness? Like, I understand, like, a lot of those companies have big centers in, Japan and, China and stuff like that, like Asian countries and such. But I'm like, they're really, like, just going to pull their presence from there just because of this, flu-like illness? That's awfully strange. But here we are, a couple weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
Sony's pullout game is so strong.
Yeah.
I like that.
Respect.
That's why you'll never see any Sony babies in the near future because of how good the pullout game is. Here's the thing though, and so I'm gonna ask you guys. I think I asked Dalton and Cole last week for this, but I'm gonna ask you, Jeff. Do you feel that because of the whole coronavirus thing, and I don't want to skip possible things happening on our timeline when it comes to stuff, but I just wanted to ask you this. Do you feel that because of how this is going right now, that we may have a delay for the Xbox Series X and for the PS5?
Absolutely.
I was going to say, I think because of how things have progressed, how quickly things have gone from, there's this flu thing to, hey, this is a national emergency.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I think that we may not see, excuse me, we may not see the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X this holiday. Because main reason being a lot of the manufacturing takes place in those countries overseas. And that's not something I'm sure the world is really focusing on right now. Whether these new video game systems are going to come out on time or not, because there are many other things that the world is worrying about as a society. But to answer your question, yes, I think that we are going to see some type of delay. It may not be major, but could be up to a couple months, I think.
Yeah, it could be like a spring release. That'd be weird, but
That would be
we've
weird.
seen
I
it
mean, it's
before.
not.
We saw it with the Switch just 3 years ago, and it still
And
sold. So
the PS2, I think, came out in spring because they just did the anniversary, the 25th anniversary.
yeah,
I think,
maybe in
Yeah.
Japan or something. I think it came out holiday in
Or-
North America though.
or 20th anniversary.
Also, I think last week I might have said, no, I don't believe there will be any delays, and after this past week, I kind of think manufacturing might get it postponed.
Yeah,
Because I doubt there's enough boxes already produced to have an official launch.
Yeah, like I'm sure there are units. I mean, there's debug kits and stuff already, but I'm sure there are probably, prototype units ready to
Shelf-ready
go, like
units.
early units and stuff like that.
To those listening, the PS2 came out March 4th of 2000 in Japan, and it came out October 26th in North America.
Holiday season,
so it
like
was
always.
So you're right on the anniversary.
Yes.
For Japan.
I knew it was recently because a bunch of other gaming podcasts I listened to were talking about like their favorite PS2 games of all time and stuff like that. So
I think what may happen, and I think it might be delayed for us onto 2021, and I think it's going to be the same thing that happened with the PS2. We're going to see a release for the Asian market on around March of 2021, and then we're going to be seeing PS4, PS5, and Xbox Series X come out on October, November of next year. Now,
Microsoft that far of a push?
Yeah, I think that's going to happen because, let's face it, if they decide to rush it to production to this year, we're going to be seeing a lot of consoles that have glitches, a lot of consoles that are going to have manufacturing problems like we had with the Xbox 360 with the red ring of death.
You don't want the red ring of death again.
So I don't think they want to rush this. That will kill any momentum that Microsoft or Sony has when it comes to this console war starting out. Yeah. And the last thing you want to have is like, hey, new console generation, and you're breaking them because there's something in the system that kills them.
Especially because Xbox is going for the jugular this time around. It seems like anyway.
I would only refute that because remember the PS4 actually launched here in North America before it launched in Japan. I believe it didn't launch until December or something in Japan, and it launched here in November. I have to look it up, but I believe the PS4 actually launched in North America before it launched in Japan, which is weird.
I'll look it up for you, Dalton.
Yeah. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it was the first one they did like that. I think the predecessors released in Japan first, and then the PS4 came out here in North America. So we're probably one of the bigger markets anyway, obviously, for that kind of thing. And
actually, it debuted in North America November 15th, 2013. In Europe countries, November 29th, 2013, and not until Japan until February 22nd of 2014.
Okay, so
that seems. So
we actually,
I wonder what happened there.
We actually got it first. They probably wanted to push it out for our holidays. That's what I'm saying.
Because they know that our holiday season over here is a lot bigger than a lot of other countries.
If they release this year, it'll probably be just North America. If I had to
Which
guess.
would make sense because the holiday season for Japan is around that January, February, March. January, February date. That's when they get the Golden Week in Japan. I believe so. Let's see how things go because for me though, I feel that this has been something unprecedented. This is, and we're not talking about the coronavirus as a illness because we have had worse illnesses happen in the world, Spanish flu, Black Death, SARS virus. The issue that I have is the panic that it has caused through the entire chain of society, going from governments to sports events to social events to political events to gaming events as a whole. So we have never had something that basically told, hey, listen, everything is shutting down. Yes, the NBA, NHL, MLS, Champions League, events that bring in billions of dollars.
Bored, by the way.
So
I've had nothing to do. I just want to watch sports, damn it.
You can watch
Honestly,
the reruns for 2017 they're putting on ESPN.
I don't want to do that.
honestly, this has not affected me at all. Like, other than going to the grocery store today and most of the shit being pitch clean, like, other than that, it hasn't affected my winter lifestyle because one, I don't do shit in the winter anyway. So, like, I'm still like just chilling. I don't watch sports, so I really don't give a shit about that. The only thing that kind of sucked is Supercross did get canceled.
Supercross got canceled.
So did
you
F1.
did miss out.
Yeah, so did F1. Now that I think about it, this is affecting me quite a bit, and I'm gonna have to talk to the.
Fuck, I forgot about the freaking racing sports things. Ah, shit.
I'm gonna have to talk to
Here's
the
the
president
thing,
and find out what the fuck's going on.
Hey, yo, actually talking about things that we have never noticed, that is a cool ass hoodie. Not gonna lie.
Who?
Yours.
Oh, me? Thank you.
Yeah.
My wife made it.
I like that. I saw the AEG logo and I'm like, wait, that's green. That's not the logo, the hoodies that we have. I'm like,
No. She
It
embroidered.
wasn't Pearl too.
She embroidered it and then painted that. It's got like a big ass AEG logo on the back too.
hey, and I like it. I like it. But
I have a New Day hoodie on. Who?
Yeah.
Who?
I gotta tilt my thing, but I got a Johnny Gargano
show your
shirt.
dick. Oh, that's dope. I thought you were gonna show
So
us your
you have-
dick.
so your hoodie,
Do
Cole,
it for the clips.
Yep.
is it for the World Hyperbolic Organization or for the World?
No, it's for the Who, the
Hypertensive
band.
Organization, or
Who
for? I know I'm messing around. I know that it's from the Who. Okay.
The Who.
Well,
The Who, yeah.
the Who, the what, the what, the where, and the why. That's the questions that we'll be asking today on the AEG show regarding our consoles for this next generation.
But yeah, dude,
Um,
shit is getting wild right now, and
But yeah,
I think it extends way further than obviously video games.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
Does?
Clearly.
What?
yeah, but that's kind of where we're at though, as a video game podcast. Like, it's kind of where we're gonna start branching out a little bit. We're gonna stick to gaming as our main topics. Obviously, that's what we built on, and that's what we're gonna stay. But I feel like we have to talk
Real
about this
quick.
kind of shit too.
Real quick, I do want to touch. So, the only one, the thing I'm wondering, if the consoles get pushed back, let's say we go off of Marlon's timeline that he said that, the consoles might not come out in our market until next, fall of 2021, let's say. What do you guys think that would mean for the end of this generation? Do you think we would just get still PS4 and Xbox One versions of everything until that would
I don't know
inevitably
how to
happen?
This because I
What's
would
that?
legit I'd kind of be hyped if that happened because we'd probably get more launch games then. Realistically, I mean, we'd get the games that were slated for November-ish, and we'd get things that were probably going to come out around spring.
Remember, they were saying
it'd be
no exclusives either, no
That's
exclusives right out of
That's
the
actually a
gate.
good point.
So
It could be kind of lit if it happened.
yeah, save me some money.
which
Also,
means-
more time to save up.
Yeah,
That too.
I'm not.
This could be super cool.
I know I'm a little bit different because obviously, Jeff, I know you game primarily on consoles and stuff, but since I got this PC, I'm a little bit indifferent, I guess. So I'm kind of not
Right.
I'm already superior to you guys in every single way. So
very funny.
no, so I'm just a little indifferent. You know what I mean? I don't really give a shit if these consoles come out this year or not. It does not matter to me. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a PS5 sitting in my entertainment center, but I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you.
Me, I'm Dalton. My keyboard's super loud when I play Call of Duty.
Exactly. They know I'm there.
Just don't rage. Just don't rage anywhere near that PC.
Oh, I've raged. I've fucking raged.
Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, dude. I got
Oh,
so
man.
fucking pissed the last time I played. That's why I haven't played Call of Duty in 3 weeks, because shit pisses me off. But
Dude,
No, I feel it.
talking about getting
But,
pissed. Speaking about something of people getting pissed, apparently people are finding out that Neo 2 is actually really fucking hard, and they are not enjoying it as much as they should. Apparently, from sources that I have gathered from my circle of friends that have played Dark Souls and Neo, and they got their hands on Neo 2, they say that it's really fucking difficult. Which for me,
Yeah,
I actually had to give it a try.
I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I did. A buddy of mine, the guy that I game share with, he actually did buy it, and he's spent multiple hours on like the first area,
Yeah.
just trying to get past it. So.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I mean, we got so far nothing has been really delayed in the gaming world. I know, Jeff, you already got your Switch in the mail.
I did.
So jealous.
Animal Crossing still. Animal Crossing and
Console
Doom are both slated to come out next Friday.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think with gaming nowadays, like maybe physical copies of stuff might have some manufacturing delays.
Mm.
But
we haven't seen
I feel like because everything is
I feel
digital
we're,
now.
Way off.
Mm.
Like all this shit that's coming out in like the next couple of months is already produced, basically.
Oh yeah, everything's gone gold. Like Final Fantasy went gold. Like they're pressing discs. They're probably almost, probably done with production. Honestly.
Yeah.
How cool would it be?
I'm a little worried about The Last of Us.
Really?
I'm a little worried about it because I think they just finished it. Like I don't think they.
It's very. Yeah, because Jason Schreier did that article recently about the crunch and everything like that, like the crunch time on it, but I didn't see if like it has been like the game has been completed and they're just bug crunching or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I'm a little worried about the production of that, or just the manufacturing of the discs and the collector's editions and all that stuff. I don't know what they already have pre-made or anything like that, but obviously, the game hasn't gone gold yet. They don't have it on disc, right? So.
Right. I mean, that's the benefit that we have in this digital age of, we don't have to leave our house to go buy new video games. Like, you can download everything. I mean, I understand, like, situations like Danny where his internet is really rough. So, it takes him forever to download things. So, I can understand the...
I'm a physical... I love it.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as he says that, his internet goes down.
I'm a freak.
You guys literally, it's going to be funny when you watch
you just mind freaked my internet.
When you guys fucking watch the live stream playback, you guys literally all just switched places on my Skype screen. Oh, Jeff's gone now.
Oh, yep. Jeff
right.
died. Oh god, he actually died this time.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
All right,
as the saying goes.
Jeff is gone.
Jeff has been gone into the abyss, and when you start into the abyss goes back.
Yeah.
So,
can we get some F's in the chat?
It's for making fun of my internet. What a dickwad.
Dicks for Jeff. Everybody out, please.
Your internet sucks. Meanwhile, his goes out.
Oh, he's gone. Jeff is gone.
Dude.
So,
I'm back.
So can we start pondering what happened to Jeff?
His internet sucks,
Jeff. Took him out on a hit,
I'm back.
No, in my screen, you maybe keep saying you're back, but in my screen, you are not back.
No.
Yeah, it's
Point of the topic.
Yeah.
I want to stick my dick in a console more than this Animal Crossing fucking Switch. It is the most gorgeous console ever for a special.
It does look pretty nice.
It's a
it's not a console, it's a console. Okay. All right, so the console of Animal Crossing will dictate whether your console is good or not. So
Marlon,
it is really
Marlon with shots fired on the English language. Here we go. Let's get it. Marlon, go.
pew, 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 pew. He's there. How about that?
No, yeah, it's actually pretty cool, man. I'm not a big fan of flashy consoles either. Like, I like black. That's my favorite color. So...
Yeah, right now.
I was gonna say
right
something really mean, but I'm just making it to myself. Okay.
For the things, we need an AEG out of context Twitter that just says like Dalton loves it black.
Yeah.
And Sony pull out game strong.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, that thing looks pretty fucking sweet. I've seen quite a few pictures online. Obviously, I've heard it looks way better in person than it does online too.
It's super nice.
Holy cow! There's actually, if you go to Animal Crossing Switch on Google, there's a counter tells you how many days, seconds, and minutes are to release of this freaking console. Holy cow, man!
People are super hyped for this game, and it's actually pretty cool to see. I've never played an Animal Crossing game, but it's awesome, dude. Like, we talked about it on last week's episode, I think. We're all like super pumped for all you that are excited for this game.
Their following is so strong.
Yeah,
Go
ahead, Jeff.
Oh, all I was saying is main reason that I, got that console is because that is one of my girlfriend's favorite games, and she cannot freaking wait for it.
Oh yeah, is she gonna join in on the call session tonight or what?
No, she's at her own house tonight.
She's playing Animal Crossing.
She will be next weekend. Yes.
It's kind of weird that they released the console. Yeah.
And the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coke.
Yeah. But no, it's fucking cool, man. I hardly see any negativity online about this game. Like, with games coming out, you look in the comment section, it's like hit or miss. There's always a bunch of assholes in there talking shit about how they're not even excited for this game. This game looks shitty, all that stuff. But this, you don't really see that online with Animal Crossing. It's really cool to see. So, super excited.
Jeff, you weren't answer. Are you getting Doom?
Yeah, Jeff is getting Doom.
Yes.
Doom to Doom.
Doom to Doom. Yep. I went on like a pre-ordering spree this past week, and I pre-ordered MLB, which comes out Tuesday, and then Animal Crossing, and
I have PlayStation for that.
You won't have to after this.
I did Animal Crossing, Doom, and then Final Fantasy.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for Final Fantasy. Not like I said, I'm not an Animal Crossing fan, so I'm obviously not playing that right away, at least. Maybe eventually, but super excited for Final Fantasy 7, dude. Cannot fucking wait.
Yes. Yeah, I was listening to you guys talk about the demo from last week, and I was like, damn, I know. I was everything you guys were saying. I'm like, I know, I can't wait. I just can't wait. 45 minutes was not enough time.
Yeah. Xbox plays.
You have Stardew Valley though, so you might get into it eventually.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, definitely not dogging Animal Crossing, but as of this minute, I don't plan to buy it.
Just saying, you might get it eventually and enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually plan on getting it over the work season when I'm on the road and just having playing it in my hotel and shit.
It's actually a really smart decision because that's one of those games you can pick it up for an hour or so before bed or whatever, and then just
and this is like
play the next day and stuff.
It sounds like something that I've been looking to play for a while. Like sounds like it's just like straight up whole town building. Like I don't know, you edit everything, you build your own town. I don't know if there's romance options in the game or not. Don't know anything about that, but if there are, any Animal Crossing fans, feel free to let us know. It'd be kind of cool. Like I always loved that in Skyrim, how you could get married and adopt kids and shit like that. And
yep.
Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool, man. I may cave and buy it next week. Who the fuck knows? Who knows with me? I'm super fucking impulsive.
Have it for your first week of work.
Yeah. I get really impatient and get impulsive sometimes, so I might just go ahead and buy it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like when I went and got
plenty of copies to go around, I'm sure.
When I went and bought my Glock last week, I was like, no, I'm just gonna wait until I go back to work, start making money.
You're ready to spend $900 on a gun.
Yeah, fuck it. I was just I went in there. I walked in there. I'm like, I'm gonna wait till I go back to work, but I'm just gonna go back and look. And then I was like, hey, can I look at these guns? And he put a couple on the counter. I was like, okay, you put this one back. You put this one back. And then I had two on the table, and I was like, I guess I'm buying this one. That's the whole story. That's it. I didn't even plan on buying it. My wife comes back, she sees me buying it. She's like, "You're so stupid."
Did you buy it on cash or buy it on credit?
I bought it with money.
Okay.
This is it.
Like, I'm done here. Here's my wallet of cash. Just give me the gun and I'll be out of my way. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Here's the thing though. When it comes to impulsive buying, it's the way I see it, my issue with impulsive buying is that when I'm in the store and I'm like, yeah, I want to buy it, I'll buy it, and I'm enjoying it, I'm holding it in my hands, I'm carrying it, and I'm just being giddy about it all the way to the back of the house. Once I get to the house and I put
video games, because I'm really confused now because I talked about putting your dick on the table and now you're talking about putting it in your hands and being giddy.
I mean,
out of context.
do what you gotta do.
I said, never mind. I'm not even going to get into that discussion right there.
Dude, honestly, though, like, speaking of, like, well, someone brought up guns. I don't know who that was, but,
Who was that?
speaking of guns and gun sales and buying guns, man, there's been a lot of shit. Like, obviously, stuff like this, gun sales have spiked quite a bit. A lot of local shops are talking about it, and it's crazy because, like, most of them are saying, like, a lot of, like, Asian Americans are buying guns because they're getting harassed and shit because, yeah, obviously, the coronavirus. I don't know if it started in China, but it's kind of what we.
That started in China.
Yeah.
It started in Wuhan.
So, like, obviously, they're coming in. They're like, hey, look, we're getting harassed and fucked with, and so a lot of Asian Americans buying guns right now, and that's fucked up, man. Don't be a piece of shit. Like, if you're out there harassing fucking Asian people, go fuck yourself, dude. Seriously, all of you, every single one of you. Come to my house. Come to my house and harass me.
Everybody.
But yeah, it's just fucked up, man. They just.
I mean, you wouldn't get harassed. But...
no. But it's just, I don't know, man. People are so fucking insane anymore, man. It leads into the whole, like, obviously the grocery store shit. People buying out all the fucking toilet paper.
People are stupid. Yeah. No, look. Here's the thing. For me, I understand that people want to be safe. I understand that people want to buy necessities because in the event that they might have to stay in the house for a long periods of time. I understand that. What I don't understand is the idiots that go out there and buy every 48 pack of toilet paper and then they take it to the house. It's hoarding. And then they still go out and about like if there was nothing. I said there was a vacation going on. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, the whole point of you hoarding all this stuff was for you to stay home and stay there, not hoard it and then keep living your daily life as if nothing was happening.
Right.
That's my issue.
Yeah, that's like you said, Marlon. It's fucked up because, like, look at it last night. Look at the lines, the bars, and the clubs and all that shit. Fuck, people still going out and fucking.
St. Patty's Day weekend, bruh.
Yeah, but goddamn, dude.
Yeah.
People are fucking selfish.
Everybody's trying to justify it, man.
There's no justifying it.
How it spreads.
Yeah.
My opinion is this.
Do people not know what a pandemic is?
No, they don't. Apparently.
No, they don't.
My opinion is this. And I feel like Target, Walmart, BJ's, or any type of store that sells type of toiletries and stuff like that. That sells that type of stuff. Do me a favor. Put up a sign that says no returns. Because a lot of people tend to do this. They buy all this stuff, they hoard it, and then when they realize that the pandemic is over or the natural disaster is over and nothing happened, they just go back to the stores and try to return it as if nothing happened. I'm like, no. If you want to be stupid, okay, then now you have to deal with the consequences of you being stupid. All right? Yeah. So
when I went into Aldi today and they had signs everywhere like limit 2 per item, like every item in the fucking store, like 2. Like that's a good idea, I think. Obviously there's people are going to try to find a way around it, but I think it'll stop a lot of it. And the fucking toilet paper thing, man, I don't get it. I get canned foods and shit like that, non-perishables and stuff, but fucking toilet papers, you fucking serious? There's leaves everywhere. Like,
people are more worried about what's coming out than what they need to put into their body.
Yeah, like
buy a bidet on Amazon, just like wash your asshole with
I read.
I'm gonna steal a line from my cousin. Like, he said he's got a detachable shower head, so.
Right. I have a bidet.
Go ahead.
My bunghole's gonna be very shiny.
No, I was just gonna say I saw something. It was like, if you need 144 rolls of toilet paper for a 14-day quarantine, you needed to see a doctor way before the coronavirus.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, don't be selfish, man. There's other people out there, but obviously when shit like this happens, people aren't thinking about other people, and I get that too. Like, shit goes down, man. I'm taking care of my family. Like, if we enter like some sort of like apocalypse or something, my family is getting taken care of first and foremost. So I understand, but goddamn, dude, toilet paper.
Question for
I know,
Marlon.
man.
Question for Marlon.
Marlon, who do you hate more? The people who are just like stockpiling toilet paper because apparently they think that's an issue, or people like the guy in Nashville who's buying out
Ah.
entire stores of hand sanitizer and price gouging it? Who do you hate more?
Price
I'll give you an
gougers.
example.
I would say the price gougers.
The price
You guys
gougers.
aren't Marlin.
Oh,
The
sorry.
price gougers for me, I have a special place in hell. Okay. I want to say is around Kokaida's level, where basically they're just next to Satan. Because here's the thing, hoarders, they hoard, but ultimately they are gonna use it.
Whore's
Okay.
gonna whore, yo.
Hoarder's gonna hoard.
And the price gougers, they're just doing it for a quick buck. Okay. And they don't care. And this is what I hate about certain stuff about capitalism, just the way that it works, is the system allows this to happen because that's how capitalism works. You buy something and you try to resell it at a better value because the market demands it, because there's a supply and demand chain. So
It doesn't
my issue
make
with-
you not a shithead, though.
it is more of an ethical standpoint as opposed to just how it works. Here's the thing. I'll give you the story of what happened. So there was a guy that was buying a lot of hand sanitizers, right? And he bought, I want to say, 20 boxes of those shits, so he could resell them on eBay. And the reason why people find out, hey, why are you doing this? Like, hey, listen, I'm trying to make a quick buck, but also, trying to make sure that I give some money for my family and make sure that everybody in my family doesn't get the coronavirus. He gets the coronavirus. And his store gets shut down on eBay for price gouging. So that, what we call, is irony in of itself, but I would say more of a karma. And I mean, think about it. When it comes to panic and pandemics and all this stuff, people just act stupid. There's something that George Carlin said, was that never underestimate the stupidity of people in large groups. And it rings true no matter the decade, rings true no matter the situation, because even like this, here in Florida, where we have hurricanes every other year, people are not like this. They try to ration things out, at least for the most part. This has made them go absolutely fucking crazy. All right. Instead of getting March Madness in basketball, we got March Madness in the grocery aisle.
March Madness in Walmart.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
basically
much
what happened. So
Yeah.
to answer your question, I hate them. I truly despise them.
Do you find it funny or stupid that somebody listed a roll of toilet paper on eBay and it sold for $1,400?
Get the hell out of here! No
I think
kidding.
it's stupid whoever bought it. Like,
One
I-
roll of toilet paper as Corona supplies, and there were 36 bits.
That's depressing of our
Why?
society.
what the
Wow.
fuck is wrong with you people?
Like it was,
There were
it was
tons
literally
of
all out of
places in-
irony, but
I get the
people
feeling. I get the
just-
feeling that this is what happened. He probably put the bid at a very low price. I want to say maybe $1, $2. I want to say this, all right? And then somebody put $6. Then some asshole came in and put $20, and then some asshole put $30, and now it became a bidding war to see what of an idiot will pay that amount of money for that specific type
Who's the
of toilet.
biggest fucking idiot? I guess it's competition.
Mhm.
For the
Basically.
record, I thought it was funny.
Oh, it's hilarious
No, it's-
that people are that fucking stupid.
It's just retarded. That's what it is for me.
Yeah.
I wish
Um,
I had fuck you money.
Yeah.
I remember I saw a meme the other day. Whoever started playing Jumanji at the beginning of the year, can you please just finish the game already? Can we just finish this stupid ass game already, man? We lost COVID. Fucking Australia got burned down to the ground. Fucking Corona is outselling Heineken for the first time in forever. Can we just finish this year on a bang as opposed to a monster? That's
Yeah, dude.
all I'm gonna say.
Man, we could go on and on about this, and obviously we're going to. So anyone listening, we're gonna fucking
Strap in.
yeah. This is gonna be pretty much the topic of the evening. We're not gonna waver off of
course.
this. we discussed our video games and stuff like that. And now it's kind of more like, how is this affecting our lives and how is this affecting other people's lives? And basically, man, it comes down to people being fucking assholes. Yeah, like the people with the toilet paper, the people with the fucking hand sanitizer. That he just had to donate all that, by the way. The guy in Nashville had to donate, or I don't know if he had to, but he ended up donating it all. So fuck that guy. And yay for all those people that got free hand sanitizer. So that's pretty cool. But so it ended up working out. Karma had its way. But I just don't understand, man. It's like, yeah, Marlon mentioned it. It's a capitalist society. I guess it's the way it works. Like, you're free to do it, but that doesn't make it okay, I guess. Like, you're still a piece of shit for doing it. It's the same thing. Like, you can talk about free speech all you want. Yeah, you can say anything you want, but it doesn't mean you're not a fucking asshole. Right? And that doesn't stop someone else. It doesn't make someone else sensitive for calling you out for being an asshole. If you're being an asshole and someone calls you out for being an asshole, they're not sensitive. They're not snowflakes. You're a fucking asshole, and you got called a fucking asshole. That's what happened. And, I just... sorry if I'm getting a little too political, but this shit pisses me off, man. Like,
the way I see it is this: just because you have free speech and just because we have that ability to be able to say whatever we want, that does not mean you're free from the consequences of whatever you say.
Fucking A, right.
So, just because you want to be an asshole and buy everything from the store and then try to resell it, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be called out a fucking asshole for being a price gouger. Yeah. I'm sorry. And then if you're going to be like, oh, but why would you tell me that? I am just trying to feed my family. No, you're not. Okay, you're just being a complete douchebag because you're trying to get a quick buck out of a situation that it's fucking ridiculous. And actually, funny story. I just get an email from an Apple ID that says that your account has been locked due to the coronavirus. Please unlock it by verifying your information. And I'm like, this fucking spammers, man. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man.
It's like Danny logging into the AEG account from Detroit and me fucking freaking the fuck out and locking the shit down. Like, what is going on?
Being on the internet in Norwalk registered as Detroit, and Dalton thought we were super hacked.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, if you ask me, I think Dalton was like, in one way, he was scared shitless out of his mind, and the other one was like, "Hey, we're getting big enough that we're getting actually hacked."
Like, well, no, it's just I know we've pissed some people off. We've actually been really good as a group to not piss a lot of people off. Like, I'm actually pretty impressed, especially because I'm a part of this. So, pat myself.
As a group, do you mean you haven't pissed anybody off?
Yeah, I haven't pissed anybody off that bad under the AEG name.
There you go.
And it's been 3 years, and it's kind of fucking impressive. So, you guys, it might not be impressive to you guys, but I feel like I earned something.
The way I see it is this.
I earned something.
The way I see it is this.
So I thought someone was pissed.
If you're getting hated by people, you're doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the way I see it.
Publicity's still publicity.
Yeah, I mean, we might get some hate for this one because of the shit that I've already said on it, but...
Yeah, but you haven't said anything that's...
We go into the conspiracy theories, and we can really dive...
All you really said, Dalton, was if you're an asshole, don't be pissed for getting called out for being an asshole. I mean, that's like...
Yeah.
That shouldn't be news to anybody.
That's the issue.
Yep. And it goes every single fucking way. Like, it's not just millennials. It's not just boomers. It's not just whatever the fuck our parents are. They're just kind of staying out of it right now. Boomers and millennials are kind of going at it right now. And it's just so fucking crazy to me because, like, you guys know it. We're all millennials here. We've all grown up. We've had people telling us we're being pussies or we don't understand what's going on in the world or you guys need to quit being so fucking sensitive. I don't know if you guys hear that, but I hear that shit all the time, like from my older relatives and shit like that.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah, and obviously millennials have snapped back with their shit too, with the whole okay boomer thing, and now people calling coronavirus boomer remover or boomer doomer.
Oh,
and
wow.
Is it mean? Absolutely. Is it in poor taste? Probably. But these are the
It's
same
funny.
people. It is funny. But these are the same people that have been telling us that we're too sensitive, we're too soft, we can't take jokes, everything's so serious with us. And now they're like you say boomer remover to them, they're like, this isn't funny, this people are dying. Like, no shit. Like, people die all the time, and like that's what you guys say to us whenever.
Fucking
Here's the
dope
thing
to
for me,
buy
though.
a house for next to nothing.
Yeah.
So here's the thing for me though, and I just want to say this. God, Lord Almighty. Here's the thing. People ask me, like, I was talking to this guy. So it's like, listen, there's millennials, this fucking 18-year-old kids that don't. I'm like, I go, wait, stop right there. Millennials are not 18-year-old kids, brother. Millennials are 30-year-old guys
Late
who are working on
20s.
right now.
Mm.
That's the thing. The 18, 16, 15-year-old teenagers now, those are Generation Z. That's nothing to do with millennials. All right? You're confusing two different generations and confusing two different types of people that have nothing to do with each other. That's like saying the boomers and Generation X are the same. That's wrong. Because
Hashtag Gen Y for life.
so basically what's happening here is that you're calling out the teenagers, the 18-year-olds who are just fresh out of high school and going to college for things that the millennials have nothing to do with, and you're calling the millennials for things that have nothing to do with them to the teens. The way I see it is this.
I think anyone
The way
younger than them is considered a millennial to them anymore.
Yeah.
Pretty
Exactly.
much.
I think anybody from the age of 30 all the way to 6 years old, it's a millennial to them. And I'm like, no, you have to stop it, bro. It's like you cannot keep calling millennials all to like 2050. It's like, oh, these millennials have been ruining our fucking lives. I'm like, yo, it's 2035. Nothing to do with them, brother.
Yeah.
Those guys are like 40, 50 years old now.
We haven't ruined anyone's lives. We haven't even been in the workforce that long yet. Like, can't blame us for shit.
Like,
fuck you
here's the thing.
people.
Just
You'll
give
make
us some. We'll
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing for me. Like, I don't want handouts. I just want the opportunity to be able to do what I need to do. Okay. I don't care about how much I have to work. I don't care how many days I have to do it. I just want the opportunity to do it, as opposed to being just told, "Oh, sorry, we need a guy that has 20 years of experience and he is 20 years old." How the fuck am I gonna do that? I'm sorry,
Right.
the maths don't
5
fucking add
years
up.
of experience and a degree.
Yeah. Look,
But
shit's
it's
not
also
shit's not as
22.
easy now as it was back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. We all know
Agreed.
that. I mean, they don't know that. They think it's fucking way easier right now, and we're just lazy ass millennials. But we could get into
Yeah,
that
there's
whole topic. We could really
Right.
get into it's not. I don't really blame them.
We
I
could
fe-
boomer trash an entire podcast if you
Oh,
want us to.
I
Since
really
we won't
could.
do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna though. Boomers, you're okay to listen to this show too.
I don't think they are. They
They're
don't know
not.
what a podcast is.
No.
You want us to do it,
I mean,
we'll
they
do it.
probably don't.
Episode
Mm,
101.
I wouldn't put it like that. There are a couple of guys that they're probably in the
Stay
50s and 60s who grew up doing radio shows and did all that stuff like this, who probably are into podcasts and stuff like that,
Hey,
but
I'm
they're not the
generalizing
majority.
just like they
We're
do, okay?
we're generalizing, Marlon. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Dirty
Like
ass
the-
millennials.
It's like what the gaming industry does. We generalize, like, everybody loves Xbox, everybody hates Sony. Like, that's not the way it works, brother. That's not how any of this thing
Yeah, I
works.
say look at sales numbers. That's not how it works.
So,
But-
yeah.
No, it just fuck. I know we got into roasted millennials. I don't even know where I was going with anything.
No, I
saying.
mean,
Um,
I guess going back to, like, you know, it's this whole coronavirus thing has brought out a lot of the bad in people, like that you kind of like joke about and like, oh, people are gonna go nuts and hate each other and fight over the dumbest things. I mean, it's kind of what's happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do see some good. I mean, I've seen there's a lot of like businesses that are going, you know, like out of their way to help people who, you know, like for example, like U-Haul is allowing like 30-day free access to their trucks if you are out of state and need to go back home because your college got shut down because of, you know, everything going on. So I mean, they're, you know, a lot of like online like educational stuff, because schools are being closed and stuff like that. They're giving like longer free trials of things so that, you know, parents that, you know, still want to have their kids be, you know, taught can do it from the comfort of their home through like ABC Mouse and stuff like that. So I mean, there are places that are going above and beyond what they normally would do to help people. but then, if you're really looking at like the internet and how, social media and how people are talking to each other, that's when you see the whole thing of, kind of what Dalton was talking about with the millennials versus the boomers, and, you know, using like kind of those like derogatory things like, boomer remover and all that stuff, just
Lord, man, I'll tell you this,
there
man.
there's two sides to every coin, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the bad one always rises to the surface. So.
Here's the thing, though. Because I work in a fitness center in my school, we'll be getting a lot of calls if we're going to be open for Monday. And we told them, listen, the school is closed for students and for certain faculty, and it is closed for most events. But most of the faculty will have to go back to work on Monday. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? I probably will end up doing what I did on Friday, which was to clean like I was the best janitor in the world. And I am not looking forward to that because we know that we still have to clean a lot. And and this is what I hate about pandemics, is that people get really cautious to the point of just like when you look at it in paper and like, wait a minute, you're asking every student to be at home, but yet you still want the faculty to be there. And sometimes the faculty is a lot of people. How is that helping keeping the virus from being spread? Like if you're going to be telling every student to stay home, then you tell the faculty and staff to, hey, stay home. But I don't know, man. I feel like some jobs just either don't take it seriously, or they just like, you know what? If we lose a couple of faculty to the coronavirus, we can still hire a couple more people there left and right. But again, capitalism for you, brother.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks too.
Teachers and stuff around here still have to go in because technically tax dollars pay their salary, so they have to like be at work, even though they could do their work at home, but they have to be on site. To a certain degree, I understand like lesson planning and like having access to certain tools, but pretty much all their online learning they could do from home. Like all the kids are getting tablets and Chromebooks to do their lessons from, and
right.
And that's another thing too, is these kids being off school, man. I mean, like parents and shit, they got to go to work. A lot of people still have to go to work. Everything's not closed down yet. So now what are you gonna do with your fucking kids, right? You don't want to send them to a babysitter or a daycare or anything, especially they're not supposed to be in school. Why would you want them to be in a daycare? Then it's probably going to be overcrowded now because of other parents needing to go to work. So now these people are probably taking off of work, losing money. I know. Credit to our governor. I just want to give him a quick shout out because I can't speak for other states. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there, but he made unemployment available for everyone that's been affected by the coronavirus, and immediate unemployment too. Usually, like I do unemployment every year because I'm a construction worker, so I get laid off in the winter. And usually when you get laid off, you have to do a waiting week, which means you don't get paid for that week. So you have to wait like a whole other week. So
it's usually like almost a month before you get that first check after everything goes through.
No, not for me. But
half of our guys, it's
2 weeks for me because I have that waiting week, and then I gotta wait. You know what I mean? So no, they usually get my shit taken care of pretty quick. But now I guess like immediate. So you don't have that waiting week for all these people, and that's great. Like that waiting week is fucking stupid anyway. But I don't need to get into that. But he stepped up. He's getting out in front of it. I'm sure he, as well as a lot of the other leaders right now, have a lot of pressure on him from obviously the people and the media. And I feel like he's doing a good job. Maybe we are being a little too rash. Maybe we're not. Who knows? We don't know how serious this thing could truly get. So credit to him for getting in front of it.
Our guy, Mike DeWine, for the record, from Ohio. For everybody who doesn't already know we're from Ohio, he's kind of been at the forefront, though. Like, he came out almost a week and a half before the president, aka Donald Trump, came out and like made it a national crisis. Like, he's kind of been at the forefront and made a lot of really good points. He went back to like 1918 and the giant outbreak and made comparisons to Philadelphia and St. Louis and St. Louis. St. Louis? St. Louis was the bad one? I might be wrong. For
I'm
the
not
record,
sure.
off the record, on the record, off the record, we're going to say St. Louis is the bad one. They didn't self-quarantine to the way that it was supposed to be, and they just fucking skyrocketed to the top of the graph. And then Philly had cut off pretty much everything, and they peaked a little bit at like week 2 or 3 and then went back down. And he's like, we need to be the Philadelphia in this case and not the St. Louis.
Yeah.
So he's already like at the front of it and trying to cut off people going to bars.
Yeah, they just announced today like all dine-in restaurants basically
All
are
bars.
closed and bars. Yeah, so I
Probably
mean like
movie theaters.
Which
restaurants.
you can still carry out.
Yeah, like restaurants you can still go to the restaurant. You just can only take it home and not
Right,
Which,
eat
like,
at the
I
restaurant.
legitimately might be trying to do that as much as I can for the next couple weeks, just to like help small business. Just because like it's gonna suck for them, and he admitted it. He straight up said like, my grandparents started a small business. I know this is gonna suck, but we're trying to keep it contained,
As contained as possible.
So yeah,
Can
definitely.
I just say this? Can I just say this? And I don't mean to cut you off, Dalton.
Hey,
We are not ready for the T virus. All right.
No, we're not prepared. Like,
We're
I
not
think
ready
if
for the
this has taught
T-virus.
us anything, we are not prepared for a pandemic.
No, we are not. And I'll tell you why. Because of the way that the system itself just treated this as, and even if it's just a flu with more severe symptoms with a higher death rate.
3.5%, I think.
Some people are saying 3.5, some people are saying 1.8. At the end of the day, it is still 92 to 97%, rate of you surviving. Okay, so something like the flu, like we're talking about the plague or Spanish flu or SARS virus or something like that, that can have some really high mortality rate. With this, we show that we are not ready for a huge Ebola-like T virus-like pandemic because we didn't treat this with the respect that it deserved when it came to government and when it comes to the media. The media, yes, it fueled the panic and it fueled how serious the virus may or may not be. It just fueled a lot of uncertainty in people. But the problem that I had was that when it comes to the governments who are supposed to be doing litigation and stuff like that and supposed to be doing all the steps necessary to be able to counterattack something like this, they just basically said, it'll be fine. We don't have to worry about this stuff. And for me, it was the fact that, like, when you saw that China was like, hey, we're going to be quarantining, people putting in quarantine, and yes, it may sound draconian in nature, and it is, but it stopped the propagation of the virus.
Yeah.
In here, in Italy, they didn't do that until they realized, shit, we actually have a fucking big problem here in the northern parts of Italy. Parts of Europe, they're like, kind of fucked up. United States, we'll be fine. And then they realized that because the virus can take up to 15 to 20 days in a gestation period where nothing is happening and you could be feeling fine. And then we realized, oh, we don't have the coronavirus. And then next thing we know, it's in D.C., it's in Detroit, it's in Florida, it's in Washington. The freaking Brazilian president who was next to Donald Trump had it. And we're like, we'll be fine. I'm like, I'm sorry, but even if this was just a flu-like virus that was less susceptible to the influenza, can you imagine what would have happened if it was something like the T virus or something like Ebola? Like, we would have been fuck. Like, absolute fuck. And I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and I'm like, people don't realize that the reason why we put things into quarantine, the reason why we take measures when it comes to washing our hands, doing all the stuff, is not because of what may happen to you. Because if the virus is something that nothing happens to you, let's say, for example, it's just a mild cough, what makes you think that that's not going to be something that is going to target your children or your loved ones? They may have an even worse reaction to them because their immune system does not allow them to handle it correctly, and that's the issue. And for me, I was just looking at this and like, you guys are idiots, like absolute idiots. Like the today I went to the supermarket and I bought some medicine for this sinus infection that I have, and medicine was completely full. No, everything had not been touched. For NyQuil, flu, or anything like that. Any medicine had not been touched. Soap had not been touched. But sanitizer, gone. Toilet paper, gone. Wipers, gone. I'm like, wait a minute, wait. You mean to tell me that the things that you do need, which is the medicine, you're not buying, but the toilet paper you are? As if that's going to help you out. I'm sorry. Like, people are beyond retarded.
Yeah.
For the record, this is exactly why the government hasn't told us they found aliens yet.
Yeah.
Because we're handling a virus this well. If they actually told us they found aliens, like, society would stop working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the stupidity of society, man.
Man, I got a good taste of it today, man. I really did. I knew shit was fucked up. I've been on the internet. I can see it, but like seeing it firsthand and like going into the stores, because like my wife and I are like, all right, yeah, we were doing our like bi-weekly grocery shopping trip. Like we didn't like I don't know.
It was nothing out of the ordinary. For
Yeah,
you
like, and I honestly didn't even think about it. Like even over the weekend and stuff, I'm like, yeah, we'll just go whenever. You know what I mean? We'll get our shit done like we normally do, and then going in there and seeing all that shit, dude, it's just like people picked it clean. Like when I got there, thankfully there wasn't like 1,000 people there. Like it was just like a normal day, but like there wasn't a whole lot going on. There wasn't a whole lot in the stores, and it was just more weird. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And I'm not really someone that struggles with like anxiety or anything like that. But I would imagine, like, just seeing something like that, because, like, I kind of felt, like, a little bit in the pit of my stomach just walking through these stores and seeing this shit. I can only imagine, dude, someone that's got, like, an anxiety disorder or something like that, walking in there and seeing all that shit, like, oh, man, maybe that's why people panic and buy shit. They're just, like, they're freaking out, you know what I mean? They're not, it's new. Like, we've never had to deal with something like this before.
No, the United States has never had to deal with that, but anybody who has left in a third world country or had to deal with that type of situation knows how bad it can get. Right. And that's the thing that gets me, is like, when Americans finally see what it's like to deal with that type of stuff, they freak out. They don't know what to do with it. It's like, wait a minute, what do you mean there's no food in the store? What do you mean there's no toilet paper to be bought anywhere in the entire vicinity of the area? What do you mean all this stuff?
You think maybe they'll start having some compassion for some other people other than themselves for once? Like,
I hope so. I
hope so too.
Hope like that teaches them a lesson. But it's like, like when Venezuela was dealing with all this shit, and they meant, there was an idiot in the internet saying, I don't understand, why they just go out and buy food? I'm like, there's no food, you idiot. It's like,
no food,
not the same
no
person.
Money, fucking.
So, for me, okay, so I come from Honduras, okay? In the 90s, we dealt with the dengue and the mad cow disease.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
So for me, that for me, I was scary shit, because mad cow was literally a virus eating your brain completely and leaving you just gone. So it kill you like that. Dengue was a higher version of the flu, but it was like, you could survive it, but it was, again, high mortality rate.
Mm-hmm.
The thing for me though is that having dealt with those things and dealt with when it comes to a massive natural disaster like Mitch, you take to realize, hey, okay, so we're not gonna have these necessities for the next couple of months, so we gotta, scrap by and deal with it. So when I come to the States and I'm like, look at this all over again, I'm like, ha! Welcome to the club, motherfuckers.
Shit's
All right?
wild, dude.
So
It's crazy.
I don't get as nervous. Yes, I take precautions and I do as much as I can because I am a sensible human being. I'm not an asshole. But just looking at this and I'm like, man, people don't understand that you shouldn't panic. That's the last thing you want to do in a situation like this is to panic. And yet, and the thing for me though is like, when you see movies like Armageddon or movies like 2020, no, 2012, or movies of like end of the world disasters, and you look at it and you're like, no, what?
One really good movie to one really bad movie.
I know, but what I'm saying is like the
You really did.
mechanics of
Could have said
Oh,
I Am
people-
Legend.
I Am Legend. Oh God, fuck.
There you go.
Here's the thing though, you look at those movies and you think people should learn from those type of scenarios where people panic and they panic and they die in the movie because they were panicking, and yet we have so much material to go for of what not to do, and yet we keep falling for the same pits and mistakes that we know we shouldn't be doing, yet we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So for me, it's like, what?
I mean, I was talking to my girlfriend about it today, and I kind of just asked her, I was like, okay, so what's next? We have schools shut down, like restaurants, like dining in at restaurants shut down, all these big events, sporting things, anything that's, at least in Ohio, anything that's over 100 people is banned. Where do we go from here? Do, factories and businesses and stuff start shutting down? Yeah. I mean, obviously that is the extreme, but from the sound of it, it's not that extreme at this point. Like, where do we go from here?
Like social gatherings of 100 people, yet you can still go work in a factory.
Right, which, like, I know for a fact, like, factories around here, there's some that there are 3,000 people per shift.
Like Whirlpool.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Well, even
Whirlpool.
my sister, she works at Norwalk Furniture, and there's like 300 to 400 people in there at once. I mean, it's kind of small, but it's still.
Yeah, like my girlfriend works at a factory that sells, but makes lawnmowers and snowblowers. Like, she's fully expecting to go into work tomorrow and be like, yeah, we don't need you guys. Like, nobody needs snowblowers or lawnmowers right now. So,
Right.
see you later. Like,
Now's the time to buy.
right. Now's the time to buy anything. Hey, if you want a round trip plane ticket to Florida for 2 people right now, $50. Marlon, we're coming to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
do me a favor, stay there. Stay there, please. Stay there.
that's always
actually-
been a goal of mine, though. I'd like to do a live show like somewhere cool.
That would be legit.
Like,
Well, we're gonna be on South Beach, on the freaking studio of ESPN on South Beach, and just
Why
talking.
not?
We could meet Marlon in the middle and go to like Nashville or something.
That would be fun.
Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, we're
Bring
gonna
us
be
road
what,
trip down there.
Just go to Gatlinburg, because I already know the guy that owns like tattoo shops and shit down
Well,
there.
there you
Get
go.
Tattoos. We can all get the AEG logo tattooed on us.
But
So
Nashville.
we're gonna go to the
Chest.
Elvis Presley's mansion and basically just do the AEG show from there.
I'm surprised they haven't like shut down like travel like that yet. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, but
They've shut down travel from like coming over from Europe to the United
yeah,
States.
there's a travel ban on Europe, but like
Dude,
like
have
you
you
said
seen
though, you can get
what
on a
the
plane
lines are?
and go to Miami right now.
Dude,
Right.
dude, have you seen the lines on the airports for most international airports? Have you seen them?
Aren't they testing at airports now?
They're testing and it's taking between 4 to 6 hours of vetting. You're putting hundreds of people in lines close to each other,
Breathing
where
on
there's-
each other.
breathing on each other. Like, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is literally what you're not supposed to do. Like, and for me, is this entire thing is just a mess. It's just an absolute mess when it comes to just the logistics of what you should do and what you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You should not be putting all these people that may have coronavirus in a large setting like an airport and then basically letting them send out. Okay, because you could test somebody. It's like, okay, he doesn't have it, and then next thing you know, he has it, and he just went to fucking, I don't know, Washington D.C. and just gave it to some politicians. Like, we know it happened. So how are
that's another thing that pissed people off is like these basketball players get fucking tested immediately, and like I know people, like I don't know them personally, but I've seen like people's stories online where they're trying to get tested and they can't. Like they cannot get tested. And it's fucking crazy. Like so basically it's just like obviously if you got money, you're rich or you're famous or whatever, you're gonna get tested right away if you want to. That's nothing to do with Tom Hanks. Obviously, Tom Hanks was in Australia, a little bit different there. They were better prepared apparently than we were, but no, it just fucked up, and I agree with like with like us basic ass people. Like, why the fuck are these just they just get tested right away? Both teams got tested right right away.
Yeah, something like that.
Was it the Jazz?
And then the whole NBA.
The Utah Jazz and somebody else.
The Jazz, who were like
Woody Goldberg, I think it was the guy. Who was
he got tested positive,
and then for it.
And they gave it to Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell was pissed.
I was at the Cavs Jazz game like 2 weeks ago, so basically like right when this would have started to hit. And they told like all the Cavs players and stuff essentially the game before that going back is when they should start being tested for. Like if it would have been outside of that, they would have been in the clear.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then it came out that like, oh yeah, half the Jazz already have it.
Yeah, can we get tested right now? Like in Ohio, I know they've tested quite. There's like 36 confirmed cases in Ohio.
I think realistically we probably could go get tested, but
360 pending. I think actually Ohio-wise right now it's easy, but give it a week and it'll probably be.
My main concern is this: is you go get tested and you don't have it, but because you went and get tested, you get exposed to somebody who had it, and you ended up getting it. That's my main concern. I'll give you a funny story because I am a soccer fan, and when the Champions League was going on, they said that the game between Paris Saint-Germain and Borussia Dortmund was going to be played without any fans. So it was going to be a closed-door game, and they told that because of the risk of the virus, infection and stuff like that, they don't want a lot of gathering of people. So guess what the Paris Saint-Germain fans decided to do?
No idea. I don't follow that.
They decided to gather outside of the stadium.
Well, that's counterproductive. It's fuck.
Yep. So we were looking at this, and I'm like, the fuck? No, the whole reason was for you to stay home and watch the game at home, not be outside of the stadium with thousands and hundreds of thousands of people just talking to each other, going,
even closer together than if they were in the stadium.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and that's the same thing though that just happened. Like I said last night, I know St. Patrick's Day weekend or whatever, but people were fucking. I know around here, like bars were still packed like they normally would be, and like it's just, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like,
well,
some people obviously aren't taking it seriously, which I guess is a downfall of us. But
dude, there was a girl who was saying, "Just pray. If you pray long enough, you're not gonna get the virus." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right. Let Jesus come down and help you with that, lady." Okay.
Well, I mean, one of my thoughts on that.
One of the big things that I know with Danny and I being the big wrestling fans here, like WrestleMania, is not yet canceled.
It's good. Tampa literally said they're going to kibosh it before the WWE does.
I mean, they're going to have to. Like, there's no way in hell that show should go on. I mean, I understand it is a huge revenue source. It is a huge deal for the WWE.
They already said there's a plan B in place, so.
Right.
Well, I mean, they did the Friday night show they just had a couple of nights ago. They did at the Performance Center in Florida in an empty arena. So they had like the show, like they would be having the show, no one in there.
That'd be so fucking weird. Like,
it was so weird to watch. Like I watched it.
Hardly had anybody in there.
Yep.
Yeah, they pretty much have already. There's a plan B that they would do it in June or July.
Mm-hmm.
They would come back around because I mean, they're doing it in the Buccaneers NFL stadium, so it's not like they're going to be using it.
Right.
As long as they avoid concert or like motocross and Monster Jam weekends, and they're going to be good to go. So
Feel
Yeah.
like the whoever does like booking for that venue would probably move some things around, if they had to, for
Well,
something
yeah.
as big as
that's for
WrestleMania.
like the indie wrestling shows that are going to be on that weekend. I mean, sure, if they can reschedule them into June or July, that's cool. But a lot of those wrestlers probably already have bookings for June and July. So
Right.
And obviously,
I don't know.
none of us knows how long this is going to last. Schools around here in Ohio have been closed for 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're closed from starting tomorrow through April 3rd.
And there's already some talks of
And
extending
I
that.
said today that might not be long enough.
Yeah, the governor actually tweeted, I think, earlier today saying that, there is a strong possibility, basically, that could get extended, and even maybe, basically, the kids would be done with school for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if you're going to keep going to bars and shit like that.
Think about it.
Now you can't, so
Yeah.
see
What a
happens.
bunch of fucking morons! Like, if you went out for St. Patrick's Day yesterday, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I hope you listen to this show and hear me call you a fucking idiot, because you are.
Now we're ostracizing.
Yeah.
I mean,
There
think
we
about it.
go.
Now I'm calling you out directly, I guess.
There it is.
So yeah, seriously.
I mean,
Go fuck
if you want to
yourself.
if you want to call somebody stupid, you can just call Dana White and just tell him, "Hey, yo, cancel your fucking fights." It's like, no.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna keep-
yeah,
Oh yeah,
You
those
know what?
those
Also
happened
is-
too, didn't they?
Yeah.
yeah. And
Only
he's-
sports event.
He's,
NASCAR
he's-
and PGA both said they were going to finish their events this week with no fans, and they wound up canceling those.
Yeah.
And Dana White's like, no, I'm gonna keep looking for venues to do my fucking fight because I don't care. I want to do my fights. I'm like, all right, keep doing that, motherfucker. When you get the virus, I don't want to hear shit going like.
Well, he's not gonna get it, right? He's probably fucking.
Just all the fighters rubbing up on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's sick. It's just, man. I saw the pictures of the lines and people out last night, and I just don't fucking get it, man. Why? It's all selfishness, honestly, is what it is.
They're treating it like a vacation, and that's the problem.
And that's the problem.
So-
And that's kind of where us millennials are kind of being assholes. It's people our age mostly that go to bars, maybe a little bit younger. I don't know. I'm out of touch with that crowd, but like obviously, like we know that it's not really going to affect us too much, right? Like young, healthy adults, it's not really going to fuck with us too much. I mean, I'm sure there's some cases where people our age have died from it, but it's mostly people, older people, and people with pre-existing health conditions and stuff like that. So it's honestly just selfishness at this point. Like fuck it, I'm not gonna die.
Right.
But like, I might spread it to someone who might go to their grandparents' house tomorrow and fucking give it to their grandparents. Now their grandparents are gonna fucking die, and it's just a little fucked up, man. I mean,
and I think that's my thing with it is there are so many what ifs. Like every time a new decision is made, like with the closing the restaurants and stuff like that, then my next thing is, all right, what next? What's the next thing? Where do we go from here? What are we doing? Is there a plan in place? Why aren't you telling us the plan that's in place? Like it's just
right. And I'm sure there's people that are pissed. Like, why the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm sure like there's people out there that are just like, well, I think we're acting a little hastily, but you don't know that. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You don't know how severe this thing could get. Look, Italy just had like 300 some odd people die in the last 24 hours.
yeah. They said the death toll like skyrocketed overnight.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on in Italy or why. I haven't done my research on why it spread so hard there or hit so hard there, but why the fuck?
I think a lot of it's because it's an older generation of people.
Yeah, okay, but
Old people and
A
travel.
lot of goats too, man. A lot of goats.
yeah, old people are the only ones that have
But
the money
what
to
were-
travel.
What were you saying, Dalton?
I just think like it's selfishness at this point. Like,
Yeah. I mean, look, all I can tell you is this. So, because we could be going this like forever and ever and ever. Because this is a conversational podcast, and we can be talking until the fucking kingdom comes.
Midnight.
I'm sorry. So, but I'm just gonna say this as a little tip for people who have to be quarantined, that may have to be quarantined. Finish your goddamn backlog of games. Finish Death Stranding. Finish Horizon Zero Dawn. Finish Uncharted 4. Finish Destiny. Finish Monster Hunter World. Finish Persona 5. Finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Finish
Watch some
Origins.
movies.
Finish
Watch some goddamn fucking TV,
TV
shows.
shows.
Watch.
exactly.
It sucks, man. As someone who doesn't leave my house, knowing that I'm not supposed to leave my house has made me want to leave my house more.
Right.
But I don't know, man. Just stop,
Right, like,
stop
just-
being assholes. Stop being selfish fucking pricks. Like, that's it.
You know, I was joking with my boss because we were talking about, you know, like what happens, you know, if we reduce the number of workers so that way we, you know, because if we close like our lobby and stuff so we don't have direct contact with people. And I was like, I'll go home. I'll sit at home for 3 weeks and play video games. I have no problems doing that. And she just started laughing. She's like, "Thank, yeah, good one, Jeff." I was like, "Hey,
Jeff,
I mean,
putting in
that's
that volunteer work.
Throwing it
right,
out there.
yeah, I'll be the first to walk out. Go see you."
Out
No,
into the universe.
Yeah.
no, I love my job too much to like volunteer something like that. But I
Yeah.
mean, if it might come to it,
And
and then I
obviously-
won't have a choice.
Obviously, I want to make it clear I'm not talking about the people that have to leave their house to go to work or
Oh, of
get
course not.
groceries and all that stuff because that's necessities. If you have to leave your house for that, I understand. But I'm just more talking about the people, like, I guess I'm kind of singling out the people that went out last night for St. Patrick's Day and shit like that. Like, don't be that person. Like,
Right.
have some respect for other people.
Yep,
It's-
that's all I can say.
Yeah.
I got two things.
Okay.
I'm going to go with A when I said I have two things. A, remind me, I have a lighthearted question at the end of the show that I'm going to throw out.
Okay.
B, things like A, they don't know what they're going to do with stuff like movie theaters yet, which that could be a giant.
I think
Sure.
California has already closed them.
Ohio said they didn't really know.
Okay.
And also, tax season hasn't been delayed yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean,
like,
I suppose we can't go out of our houses to mail our taxes in. I guess.
But if you have like a CPA, if you go to not TurboTax, if you go to one of these like
Jackson Hewitt or
yeah,
yeah.
go to one of these on the spot places, like that stuff intrigues me.
Yeah, I mean, there's like I said, there's so many questions that you can ask.
There's still like even the stuff that we've closed. There's still a lot of places to contact surfaces and people.
Yeah, I mean, and the problem with this virus, why it's spreading so so quickly and intensely, is because it will live on a surface for an extended period of time, and it's very easily spread. I mean, you pretty much just have to more or less breathe on another. The person that has it has to basically breathe on you, and
Also, whether or not it's like a money thing or an actual caring about fans thing, but like people pushing back movie release dates and stuff because of the virus.
yeah, like
This movie, it's like
Fast 9 got delayed for an entire
Fast
year.
9. Did they push back the
James-
Hunt, or did the Hunt still come out?
I
this
think the
weekend?
Hunt's still coming out. Bond got pushed. James Bond got pushed back to
That was-
November.
That was because of actual, like, on the set stuff, though, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
Wonder Woman, isn't that coming out soon?
I think that was supposed to come out in like
Oh,
June. I think.
No. Fuck, I don't pay attention to that shit. I need to.
Oh, A Quiet Place 2 got
A
delayed.
Quiet Place 2, that's the one I was trying to think of.
Gotcha.
Because that's what I was excited for. A Quiet Place was super good.
Yes, it was.
They made that.
Never seen it. But yeah,
Oh,
dude.
you gotta watch A Quiet Place. It's so good.
Yeah, you honestly should watch it, dude. It's a really good movie.
I might. I haven't, I've got to catch up on a lot of movies, man. I'm
It's
so
like
much
a
behind.
it's like a sci-fi kind of horror
Suspense. It is a suspense movie.
suspense movie. Yeah, agreed.
Literally, for no reason, it has you on the edge of your chair because like it'll be quiet for so long, and then like the slightest like leaf crackle has you jumping out of your chair.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
So
It's
it is
seriously a good movie.
amazing.
Yeah,
That is great. Cinematography.
I thought about starting over all the Marvel films because I know that most of them are good, and it's a long fucking series, right? And I
Big
love
catalog.
movies, man. Yeah, I love movies, and obviously they're all on Disney Plus, with the exception of Infinity War.
Yeah, which should be on Disney Plus in the
But
very
it's on
near
Netflix, and I also have Netflix.
Well, there you go.
By the time you got there, it would be on Disney.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I think we're getting a Frozen 2
Yeah,
also
Frozen
coming
2
out.
dropped yesterday.
Dropped today.
And then today.
Yep.
And then Rise of Skywalker is available digitally now, so you can go purchase that if you want to.
It's not on Disney Plus, but it is available to purchase digitally or rent, I believe. But
yeah,
that's
I do
pretty
need
cool.
to rewatch that to decide if I liked it or not.
I haven't seen it yet. I know it's like a touchy topic, so I don't want to get.
Now
into it.
my buddy because the guy that I game share with on PS4, we also share a Vudu account, and he bought it on Vudu, so I'm actually looking forward to watching through it again.
Oh, okay.
And not because this will be the first time I've seen it since I saw it in the theater, because and I kind of want to actually focus on it a little bit more, and because the first time you see something like that in the theater, it's like the awe of like seeing it on opening night and everything like that. So,
yeah, it gets a little misleading, but
yeah.
Except for me, when I saw Endgame, I fucking didn't like it right away.
Yeah, we had a very, very interesting discussion on that, didn't we, Dalton?
Yeah, we did. I watched it again recently, and I still don't like it. Like, it's okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate the film, but I don't like it.
Hey, man, each their own. Like, not everybody's going to share the same opinion on stuff. That's how I've always looked at stuff.
Hey,
But,
if you want to listen to Dalton's thoughts about Endgame, please go back and listen to our podcast show for our podcast for Endgame.
Did we do one?
We did.
Did we? I do not remember.
Sure
I know
we did.
We did one for an Infinity War. I don't remember doing one for Endgame. But
Maybe we did. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Infinity War, not Endgame.
Infinity War was fantastic.
I did like that.
Endgame was mediocre at best. But yeah, let's not turn this into a movie review podcast. We can do some of those in the future. But
I would be completely all right with that because there's some big name movies.
But yeah, I want to
talk about
before we end this. I know we typically stick to video games, and we've been doing this for a long time now. And we've actually done a very good job over the course of our history and keeping it on that topic, not going too far in any direction, not swaying too far from video games and stuff like that. And I know we kind of got off that a little bit in this episode and a little bit in the last episode, but
what a way to do
they were both for actually good reasons.
Yeah, but I'm definitely not going to apologize for anything I said. I stand by it. If you don't agree, that's fine, but I don't plan on making it a habit. I don't want to go political or anything like that, but obviously this coronavirus is such a big thing right now. It's affecting everybody. And
all right. Before you continue, I am going to say something. I will have to apologize to all of our viewers and listeners out there for Cole's bad spelling. I understand that he's a Canadian Irish resident who never had English in his entire life. So I just want to apologize on our behalf for him.
Who spelled what? What happened? Or were you talking about earlier in the show when you were...
Yes, you fucking... Oh, God, you guys are fucking... Blow your fucking head.
Marlon, that was a while ago. I've already forgotten about that.
Yeah, I didn't... I lost it.
I was even...
Gotcha.
I don't remember what it was. I don't even remember what he said. I know.
Yeah, I don't remember the word.
I remember Marlon correcting your English.
Well.
He was talking about the
sticking my dick in
Animal Crossing's Council. Crossing console. Okay.
My Ohio accent. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't say it like that. I'm from Ohio too. But...
Council. Cow.
No, it's
console.
Actually, I was going to ask you this.
One thing I never correct you on though, because I love it. I love it that you say it. Danny always says Battle Royal, and I love it. He doesn't say Battle Royale. I do love it too. And I've noticed it, and I don't ever correct it because I'm like, yeah, I respect it. Because
when I listened to last week's episode, I caught that too. I was like, that's awesome.
In all fairness, it is a Battle Royal. I mean, you're trying to be the last man standing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Battle Royale.
There you go.
Oh yeah. So,
Danny, were you trying to buy the console for the Switch, or were you trying to buy the Switch Lite console version?
I think he just wanted that Animal Crossing Switch.
Mainly that, yes.
He decided not to get it though. Just get the game.
I still have my all black, as Dalton likes it, Switch.
Yeah, I do. I like it black.
I bought the split, the green, pink, and green.
Oh, nice.
Oh god.
But yeah, just
Notes.
just closing it off. Yeah, we got a little political on this one, but we knew it was going to happen. We're talking about one of the biggest issues. I don't know, the biggest issue going on right now. Obviously,
so much more political.
Yeah, I think
we could have
still
gone
think we did
way
a very
farther down
good
the rabbit
job.
hole.
Yeah, I think we did a fairly good job keeping it. Let's hear them.
Nope, we're not political.
But no, we'll definitely. I definitely plan on kind of doing what we did last week a little bit more. We definitely kind of opened up to you guys quite a bit more last week, and I had fun doing it. It was nice to get it out in the open, kind of get to know us a little bit, like our personalities outside of the gaming world. And it was definitely something I can see us doing more of in the future.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to swear at you and call you people out on every episode like I did tonight, but
hey, you're good.
I will.
I'll still swear at you, but I'm not going to call you a fucking idiot for going out to the bars during a pandemic on any other episode. But
we need that.
Yeah, you are fucking stupid though, by the way.
Every podcast needs an antagonist.
But yeah, we're I think it's good to do this kind of thing every once in a while, especially because we were live in this one, and I don't know. It's definitely good, topical, obviously.
Get what you're saying. Yeah, it's a conversation need to happen because I mean, yes, it is a big issue, an actual issue that is affecting our country that we live in. But I mean, it has affected the video game end of it as well as it's affected everything. Right. But it was interesting to talk about, with E3 canceling and the possible manufacturing delays of the new consoles. I mean, we tied some video game stuff in there. It was kind of all at the beginning, but hey, we brought it full circle pretty much.
Yeah, obviously this episode's going to be live on YouTube, and so obviously the playback will always be there. You won't have to worry about my dumbass forgetting to transfer from Twitch over to
and
YouTube.
Apparently, sorry about my non-video for this episode, for this live stream, because I was running video at the same time. Apparently, my internet was taking a shit, so that was
only right as you made fun of my internet, though.
I know, which was kind of karma kicking my ass, apparently.
But this is where you're going to see all of our live streams from now on YouTube, unless Jeff does some Mixer stuff,
including the grind, which will be back. After some technical difficulties, I kind of figured at that point, I was like, I might as well just wait for Warzone to come out, because that would be something that would be good to play. And yes,
we will talk about Warzone.
We didn't talk about Warzone.
So good.
We can talk about it when we play it live when the grind returns next Sunday.
Is it next Sunday?
Next Sunday is when I'm going to do it.
Okay, I learned something new every single day.
Yep, I was waiting to this episode to happen. So the 22nd.
But we'll be live right here on YouTube.
Yep,
our new home.
I will be streaming to YouTube.
So I won't forget to transfer any shit over to YouTube and forget about our content, because I've done that. I think I lost the live episode with Chitose and Ultimate Reality.
Not to be confused with Cheetos.
No. But yeah.
Because it didn't automatically transfer over to YouTube because we were running on Twitch.
And I just forgot to upload it, so I apologize. And those are two of my favorite episodes. I loved having Chitose on. I loved Ultimate Reality. They're two great personalities. So we do have two live episodes up. We got 2 out of the 4. We have the one with Ariel Jade, and we also have the one with Sega Master Tim. Previous live episodes, and this is our first one of the year.
Yeah,
I love doing these. I definitely want to do more of them.
Well, I feel, because this is another thing I wanted to bring up real quick, that our next episode will most likely be live because it is our 100th episode. This is episode 99 that we're in right now.
I don't want to make any announcements on that yet, but we have some. We're in talks with some people.
But most likely our next episode will also be live based on it being our 100th episode.
Don't know when it's going to be yet. With the way shit's rolling out right now, it could be very, very soon.
Just
Yeah,
because
that's
I
everybody.
I want to get it done before you go back to work, Dalton, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I probably got another 3 weeks, 2, 3
Okay,
weeks. So I've got
perfect.
time. And
All
it
right.
could get pushed back even more. We'll see. Government
Yeah.
shit's happening. That shit's starting to flow in now, and we'll see. But yeah,
All right,
thanks. Yeah.
you guys want my question?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. To give us your lighthearted question.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the record, Warzone's so good. We should have talked about it more because that was like a big topic of the week, and
Yes, it
oh, it's so
It
good.
was
It's
a
one of my favorite
little
battle
overshadowed.
royale
It was
ever.
it was a little overshadowed though. Let's be honest.
And I won my first battle royale game this week.
Congrats,
that
buddy.
was
I saw your screenshots in the
Oh, I
Discord.
know.
Congrats.
I jumped out of my chair. I was so excited.
That's awesome, man.
Lighthearted question of the week. Maybe this will be a recurring thing. Who knows?
We'll see.
Lighthearted question of the week. We're going to go Dalton, Jeff Marlin.
Okay.
Dalton, I think I know his answer already, so I think that'll be good to have him go first. Outside of video gaming, if you could have the world's best collection of one item, what would it be?
Did you already know that I was gonna say guns?
Yes, that's why I said I'll lead off with you.
Yeah, because like I got a lot of other hobbies. Obviously, video games is one of them. Cars, motorcycles, and stuff like that. But I don't want like a collection of them. I just like want one or two, maybe one or two muscle cars, and then my pickup and shit like that, and then like one or two Harleys. So like, as far as collections goes, I'd like to definitely build up my gun collection a little bit, which I have done quite a bit.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, so I'm the gun guy, I guess, in this. But yeah, he already knew I was going to say that, so it's not exciting.
Mine would actually be films. I'm a pretty big movie buff. I love movies. But just having like a collection of like just some of the greatest movies of all time, I think would be super awesome.
Fuck
Would
yeah.
it be like actual, like, would it be just be like DVDs and
No,
cassettes
like
or
honestly, it would be
film?
cool to have like
Like vintage porn.
yes, 100%. You got it. But no, like maybe not the films themselves, but maybe even like memorabilia from the films.
The actual film reels.
Yeah, like that. Oh my god, that would be amazing. But yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
As for me, I'm undecided between two aspects of what I like. On the one hand, that I would love to have like a big knife collection, like karambits and pocket knives and stuff like that.
Okay.
On the other hand, and I think this is probably the one that I would really like the most, would be camera collection. Because I do a lot of photography and I love that aspect of my life that I enjoy. It's a little hobby that I have. But I love like old 35 millimeter film. So I would love to have like the
Really
old
cool.
style like cameras and stuff like that. We're talking about like 4x5, Hasselblads, or 35 millimeter, Leicas and stuff like that, and like a huge collection of just lenses. Like if I had like a room full of that, I'll be like set for life because
You're a
I
fucking
love that.
psycho.
So, hey man, those shit is expensive, man. Just the Hasselblad by itself is like 35K.
Cool.
I think I'm a lunatic for wanting guns. Marlon's a fucking lunatic with these goddamn lances and shit. Like, that's way
Lenses, not lances, motherfucker. Lenses, you piece
more. No,
of shit.
he wants to fucking harpoon somebody.
What? I want the Leviathan now, fucking harpoon, fucking, Aquaman. I want the fucking trident that he has. Like, yeah.
Those
Yeah,
lenses
fuck
are
those.
fucking expensive though, for real. Like,
Yeah, lenses can be really expensive because here's the thing though, like there's a hobby that I would love to get into, but it's way too expensive, which is what do you call it? Astronomy photography or yeah, astronomical
a
photography.
Nikon P1000.
I'm talking about just like shooting galaxies and stuff like that. Like that's the thing, like an astro tracker and something like that. That's expensive. That can easily run you 25, 35K just for the whole setup. But yeah, that's my answer to that.
That's a
What
good
is
answer.
your collection, Danny?
Um, First off, shout out to you who made it this far into this podcast for some reason. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Yeah, thank you. But if I had, it was very, very close. I thought about saying like a sneaker collection, sneakers, shoes, like some sweet Jordans and stuff.
That's
But
legit.
'cause
I
those
just
could be
want a pair
pretty
of Space
pricey.
Jams.
I enjoy shoes, but I don't want to spend like $300 on shoes. Like I really can't justify that. But if I had to like pick for sure, my number one would be no money involved, no questions asked, baseball cards.
Oh man, that can go.
Yeah.
You're talking a collection that will probably never end. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, and it would be amazing. Like some
Would be awesome.
cards. Oh, I collect a little bit here and there, like just autograph cards of players I enjoy. Like if I could just have like the end all be all, that would be insane.
That would be legit.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah.
But
You saw that show where they were opening up some vintage cars, and they opened up a Babe. Was it a Babe Ruth or was it a? It was an expensive car that came out from
Mickey Mantle.
I think it was. I don't know if it was Mickey Mantle or something like that.
No, legit. From Ohio, there was somebody in Perrysburg. They went into their attic and found 15 mint Mickey Mantle cards, valued at like thousands a piece, and there was only like 6 10 out of 10s in existence, and they found 15 in this attic in Perrysburg. So
that's random.
that's close to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very fun.
Ohio things.
Ohio thing.
We do it better here.
Honestly, if I would have been me, I would have just said I only found one, because the minute he said found 15 of those, that means the price went down. Because
wouldn't the value drop a little bit?
Yeah.
But
And then I'd be like,
Hey,
oh shit, look, I found another one.
Oh shit! I found another one 2-3 years later. Oh shit! I found another one.
yeah, just space them out. Be perfect.
Yeah, thanks to everyone for fucking tuning in, sticking with us.
Shit, if you're still here for some reason.
99
Go home.
episodes.
99.
3 years into AEG, man. Like, that's insane. We just hit our 3-year anniversary last week, and
Yes. And thank you
Yeah.
from everybody.
And then we do it up with like an hour and 45-minute episode.
There we go.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Then another episode is gonna be like 10 minutes. Hey, thank you for coming. Have a nice day.
No,
Wow.
Episode 100, banger.
yeah, it's
I'm so looking forward
it's
to
gonna
it.
be on point. Yeah. So.
Yep.
But
But thank you guys.
Games after this.
Yes, as Dalton says, thank you so much for sticking with us for 99 episodes, and even including this long one this evening. But that's all we have for you. Like I said, the grind will be the first episode of the new season will be next Sunday at 8:30. That's the 22nd, and then stay tuned for more information on episode 100. And until next time, we will see you here on the AEG show.